Please welcome this week's special guest, Ray. So, let's start with Susanna. How do you know Ray?
This is Ray. I stole his title for downing a pint faster than anyone else on the BBC breakfast team.
Dave, what is Ray to you?
This is Ray, and as teenagers, we spent 2 weeks building a 35-foot-long airship in his back garden for it only to be popped by his pet cat.
What about you, Lee? What's your relationship with Ray?
This is Ray. He taught me to drive in a hearse.
So there we are. Susanna's pint-drinking opponent, Dave's airship-building buddy, or Lee's hearse driving instructor. David's team, who do you want to start with?
How quickly can you drink a pint?
I can drink a pint in 6 seconds.
6 seconds?
Yes.
How quick was Ray?
7 seconds.
Thank God you said a number bigger.
And how long had Ray held the record?
3 years.
And how much less a man do you think he felt?
It was a tough phone call because I had to call him to tell him that his record had gone.
So you just did this at home, did you? I've had another one, Ray.
Sorry.
I'm really getting through it tonight.
No, Ray...
If you're drunk, why'd you turn northern, Jimmy?
Because of the alcohol.
All right. I don't mind. When I'm trying to fiddle the government, I always put on Jimmy's voice. we all do different things. We all do different voices.
Susanna, can you just fill me in? What was his role in the breakfast team then?
Ray was a floor manager of breakfast.
Right.
In Television Centre. I mean, Ray is famous for having the record of 7 seconds for downing a pint. But that was when we were at Television Centre in London. And then, of course, the breakfast team moved to Salford.
Right.
And Ray didn't come with us.
I see. So the breakfast team start downing pints when?
I've seen the show. I think they start before they film. I'm confident.
What's the context for this pint drinking? Is it an annual...
It is the annual Christmas party.
What is your pint drinking technique?
You have the pint.
And you drink it. Quickly.
I tap it once.
Yeah?
And I do it in 4 glugs.
4 glugs?
Yes.
That
You
is...
can't do a pint in 4 glugs. How big are your glugs? I'd like to know about the phone call. Did you want to call him straight away? Did you wait till the next day?
It was the next day.
Did you have to ring him? Because he's already, you know, lost his job. The place he works is closed. And so going on top of that, you may think you're remembered fondly as the fastest beer drinker here. Well, no, not even that. You've been beaten in that by one of the female presenters of the show.
He didn't care. He got a new job teaching people to drive in hearses.
Let's move on to that. So he taught you to drive... Why in a hearse?
Because that's the vehicle he owned, because he was a funeral director.
So what does the sign on his shop say?
Closed when he's teaching me.
Why did he teach you to drive if he was a funeral director?
Because he was a friend who was a funeral director. He just so happened to own a hearse.
Where did this all take place?
In the hearse.
No, I know that.
Dad sometimes said, can I have a lie down in the back if I was tired?
Where did you come from?
Southport.
Southport, the streets of Southport. You went
Yes.
to
How do you know I'm from Southport?
I told him.
Yeah.
How do you know?
Because we've been doing this programme for 1,000 years.
Right, so you're in Southport.
Is that you, David? Is that David?
I know everything about you, including the fact that you did not learn to drive in a hearse. Nevertheless, we have to go through this.
What age did you get your driving licence?
About 22.
Wow.
22?
Why what?
About 22.
Well, I was a
did you
late
wait?
developer.
I don't
Didn't
think
get my
he
first
was-
girlfriend until 46. And I'm only 44. Give me a call in a couple of years.
Actually, I'd like to ask you something. What the name of this funeral director?
What, Ray's funeral directors?
Ray's funeral director.
No, that's not my answer. I said what? Ray's funeral directors?
Yeah, and what was Ray's funeral directors called?
I'll tell you now. I'll tell you what Ray's funeral directors was called.
Yeah?
Jones's funeral director.
Jones, how does he do it? How does he come up with it so fast?
When he took you out for these driving lessons, did it ever happen that you had, how shall I put it, a passenger in the back?
No, but he did teach me once with a coffin in the back that didn't contain a body. It didn't contain anything. Before you go, what was in there?
Did he...
The Cardo have got a bit more protection over their fruit and veg.
Should we move on to the airship?
Yes, this is Dave.
So you built an airship. I mean, this seems entirely plausible to me. You built an airship in your back garden?
No, in Ray's back garden. We had a mutual love of dirigibles.
And how old were you when you did this?
16.
What did you build your airship out of?
It was mainly air.
No, it was plastic sheeting, but it was sculpted so it did form the shape of an airship.
How can you sculpt sheeting?
Because the way you cut it and you put it together, when it's blown up, it will assume that shape.
And was there anything underneath it?
There was meant to be, but it never got that far, really. When the cat jumped on it, it was kind of put
With
it
his
out of
cape
commission.
billowing in the wind behind
It was a different cat.
You have terrible trouble with cats. How did you inflate it?
With the vacuum cleaner put on blow.
So you blew it up with the
Do they
vacuum
have
cleaner.
blow function? I don't know.
Do you do the vacuuming very often?
God, no!
No, what about you?
I don't know. I'd have to ask my people, but I imagine someone does.
This is terrible to see 3 grown men who've never picked up a vacuum cleaner.
Oh, I
It's like,
have
what?
picked
Oh, I picked one up, yeah, but not for
Okay.
vacuuming.
Yeah.
So the idea was you actually get the shape formed, and then you heat the air that you've put in, and hopefully it would have flown.
How do you heat the air once it's already in there?
Crafting a gondola with 2 camping stoves on.
OK,
It wasn't to carry people.
you said crafting a gondola.
Yeah, 'cause
now,
we never
I know
got
what
that far
all 3 of
because-
those words mean, but I can't get a concept out of them.
In airship terminology, in dirigibles, it is a gondola that's suspended underneath the bag of gas.
Oh, you know what? That fact alone,
Have
true.
we changed channels?
Where were you going to go?
Venice.
Just flying, really. It was
I was
just...
thinking, next time I get locked in a bank, I want an escape plan.
You see, I've been on an inflatables course where
Yeah, been on it.
Quite
I know it.
Hang on. What is an inflatables course?
It's for people that keep letting down the girlfriend.
It was just learning how to make things out of plastic and blowing up. It was kind of a sculptural thing.
Now, let's go back to this cat. Did he jump from a tree or a wall?
Backyard wall.
Backyard wall?
Yeah.
So the cat saw this huge inflated thing and thought, I'm
Bloody
going
hell, I
to jump
love
on
that.
it.
Yeah. No, it just jumped on the top, and we were in it at the time.
You were in it? Why had you gone inside?
To work out where to put the heat shield.
Honestly, that's true. That's true. Not be any more true.
To work out where to put the heat shield. True.
Right, chaps, we need an answer. So, David's team. Is Ray Dave's airship building buddy, Susanna's pint drinking opponent, or Lee's hearse driving instructor?
Let's go through. Okay, so the her story,
Yeah.
nonsense. I could imagine BBC Breakfast having a drinking competition.
So can I.
I'd remind you of the phrase, we were in there to see where to put the heat shield. You think we take that?
And let's not forget the phrase, Jones's funeral director.
I think he's a mate of Dave's.
I think he looked so much like a mate of Dave's. If we stood them face to face, it would look like a vase.
So you are saying, therefore...
Airship!
Airship, right.
Airship.
OK. Ray, please reveal your true identity.
I'm Ray, and I built an airship with Dave.
Thank you very much indeed, Ray.